I hold in my hands one of the mice most used by some of the top Valorant pros and recent Valorant pros in the VCT as well. I'm holding the F1 V2 Extreme by ATK, and let me tell you, it is absolutely insane. I have it in the coral pink colorway. Now, it does come with its own skates. You have to put your own skates on it when you do get it, which is completely fine. I kind of prefer it that way because that way I could put my own dot skates on it, which I do enjoy more. I have no clue how their actual skates feel. I didn't put them on, but it does come with 2 sets of skates, which I'm sure do feel great. Now, I do have to say that they did send me out this ATK, but I can say whatever I want about it, and I will say whatever I want about it. If it's good, bad, what I think is good, what I think is bad. You know, you guys know how I like to review most of the products on my channel that I do receive. Now, because I have the extreme version, there's only 2 colorways, which is the coral pink like I have, or they do have a Leviathan blue, which is like a very light, you know, kind of baby blue color, which does look very nice, but I do prefer the pink. As you guys know, a lot of my setup is pink and green, so I saw the pink and I was like, go ahead and get that. But let's jump into some of the specs for it. Now, starting with this sensor, it is the PixArt 3950 Ultra, which is extremely good. You'll see it on a lot of mice. It is one of the, you know, top mice sensors around at the time, to be completely honest with you. And it's paired up with the Nordic 54H20 MCU. Extremely good. You can actually overclock the mouse in the software, which I will show you. It'll give you better sensor performance. You do lose a little bit of battery life, but it's nothing crazy. I haven't had any issues with the battery myself. Now, it does support wireless and wired 8K polling, which is extremely cool because not a lot of mice support wired and wireless. Most of them are just wireless, and then wired is 1K. Sorry, not 8K. Great. I play anywhere from 1 to 2K. I haven't even tried 8K pulling. Even with the beefy PC that I have, it's just not worth using. Now, I am just talking raw specs right now. I'm not talking about, you know, how that feels, anything like that. I do just want to let you guys know the actual specs of the mouse before we really jump into anything. You know, I'll jump into gameplay. I'll talk about how it feels and stuff like that. Now, the button latency on the version that I have is 0.243 ms, which is absolutely insane for a mouse. I'm assuming that's if you run the mouse at 8K polling, which not everyone can do, but I'm assuming that is their lowest, you know, button latency. Their other 2 mice, which are still really good, is 0.263. That is for both of them, but the Extreme has the lowest, as well as the Extreme has the smallest battery at 200 milliamps, but it does support fast charging. So like, I genuinely have not had any issues with the battery life or anything like that. The battery life is around 80 hours, which is good. Nothing crazy. I don't think you need too much more than that. Now, this mouse does come in at around 40 grams, anywhere from 30 to 41, depending, you know, the skates and stuff like that. So it depends on what you put on, but it does sit around that 40 gram mark, which is extremely good. I'm used to, you know, the Final Mouse ULX, which I've used for a long time, which sits around 33, 34. Absolutely amazing mouse. I do love the Final Mouse, but I have been using this as a daily for the last, like, probably week and a half maybe, and it's been absolutely great for me. I've been playing Valorant, I've been playing Fortnite, and it's been amazing. Now, as far for the switches, like the actual mouse clicks, it is the Omniron optical switch, which is some of the best switches and the lowest delay switches you can get. So it is probably how they get to that, you know, that 0.243 millisecond latency. Now, they do sound very nice. Hopefully my mic picks this up. They do sound very good, very clicky, which is amazing. Obviously, everyone likes it, you know, a light click, and they like it to feel good. Now, for the scroll wheel, it's a TTC Gold, which, honestly, I'm going to be completely honest, I don't know too much about scroll wheels, but that's their same scroll wheel for all their mice. It feels good. You know, the clicks feel smooth. It's nothing too crazy. You know, it sounds pretty nice. Not anything too crazy there, but the scroll wheel feels good. I haven't had any problems with it. Now, like I said, the mouse feet, I put my own skates on, but it does come with 2, so nothing. You guys can use the ones that come with it. Obviously, I just like my own. They just released their new dongle. I can't really get a good kind of show of it, but it's their all new Gem 8K dongle, which is supposed to support, you know, super fast wireless connection and stuff like that. I haven't had any wireless issues. I also play with my dongle practically on my mouse, so it's extremely close. Now, we've gotten through the specs and stuff like that. Let me tell you what I think about the mouse personally. And honestly, it's been great. The side buttons feel absolutely amazing. Let me just kind of do a sound test for you guys. They feel really, really good. They're really clicky. They're not too big. They're not too small. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of a Razer Viper V2 Mini. Like the kind of shape of it and stuff, which I like a lot. I cannot even lie to you. It's one of my favorite shapes in a mouse. And that's one of the reasons I like the Hitscan Hyperlight so much, is the actual shape of the mouse. So this implements that shape of a mouse with like brand new specs and like overall better quality specs. And the best part is this mouse For the extreme version, it only costs about $120. I think that's max. Now, I could be wrong. I think they do have a sale going on right now, or they do at the time that I'm recording this. They have a sale going on, so that alone could get you a amazing deal. Yeah, and if you don't get the extreme and you get the one below it, say you get the ultimate, it's even cheaper, and it still has some great specs on it. So you have the extreme, which sits around 130, the ultimate that sits around 90 with different colorways, and then the ultra max, which I honestly don't prefer the ultra max, and it sits around 54 grams, and that's very heavy for me. I would never get this one, but they comes in 2 colors and it's $70, so it's still a great, like, extremely good, you know, cheap option. All 3 of these are, to be completely honest. If you want price to performance, this is probably one of the best spec mouse to get. Now, again, I want to talk more about, you know, how it feels when I'm swiping. I haven't had any sensor issues, nothing like that. I've been running the mouse overclocked, which, again, I'm going to show you in the software on how you can do that. But I have been running the mouse overclocked, and the sensor has felt great. The battery life has been amazing, and overall has felt really, really good. Very smooth. The clicks, obviously the click latency is very low, but the actual clicks themselves feel very light. I don't have to apply very much pressure to them, which is something I really look forward to in mice. Like, the Flickfire mouse that I reviewed has very light clicks, but it didn't, the Flickfire mouse was very heavy to me. I didn't like the shape, so it's just, even though the clicks were good, I couldn't get past some of the other points in it, versus now I have a mouse that has very light clicks, feels very good, and it has very low input delay with the button latency, which is a huge factor in any kind of competitive game, whether they're playing Valorant, which is probably why there's some VCT pros that are using it right now. I don't know if any of you guys watch Boardsy. He actually broke down a lot of the peripherals used at VCT, and the ATK mouse is a mouse that a couple of the pros there used, which is extremely cool. Really insane to honestly see a smaller company like taking off like this. Kind of reminds me of Gamester and the controller scene, what they're doing right now. Gamester is a really good company, kind of, you know, in that same spectrum where I kind of am viewing ATK that same way, where they're releasing really good, high quality products that can be used in like high competitive aspects for a lot lower price. For me to get something like this from Razer, Logitech, I'm having to pay anywhere from anywhere around that like 180, 200 mark. You know, obviously Black Friday's coming up, so there's going to be a ton of sales and stuff like that. But I mean, it's really hard to compete in this mouse market right now. A lot of the mice kind of feel the same, are the same, and they're all around the same price. But luckily, this one actually feels really good for the price that it is. Obviously, they sent it out to me, so I didn't pay that price. I had planned to buy this mouse before they emailed me, which is absolutely crazy. They must have known that I wanted to get it or something. But I'm really happy they sent this mouse out, and it does feel great. Now, like I said, it's been used in Valorant a lot for competitive gaming, so I haven't seen a lot of people use it in Fortnite. So I guess we have to be the test today on if it's good for Fortnite or not. So let's jump in, get some gameplay, see how the mouse feels overall, and see if we can go out there and get a win with the mouse as well, because I'm sure it's going to be absolutely insane. We make sure to show you guys the how easy this web software is as well. So the hub is kind of like, you know, every other hub, super easy to set up. You just kind of go to the web hub. You know, it's going to take you to the page. Yeah, it takes you to the page. I already have mine connected. Normally you'll get a prompt to connect it. Now, some stuff in it is still not in English, which does kind of suck, but most of the important things are in English, so it's not a big deal. You can remap all your buttons, you know, whatever you need to do, stuff like that. You can remap everything. You know, if you have certain like scroll wheel macros, whatever you want to use, you can change all your stuff. You know, they have multiple DPI options. I just use one DPI, which is 1600, so I don't have a problem with that. Now, the performance settings is where it really gets crazy. You know, that's where you change your 2K, 4K, 8K. Again, I normally play anywhere from 1K to 2K. And the coolest thing about it, honestly, is it shows your battery life calculation, which I have not honestly seen in a web hub driver. So if I play on a 8K, I have anywhere from 11 to 14 hours versus 1K. I have anywhere from 19 to 23 hours, which is really good. Normally for Fortnite, it does not support 8K pulling at all, so I sit around 1K. And now the sensor sampling rate, this is what I'm talking about. So you have the basic mode, which you get a lot more battery life, as you can see. Now on 1K, I have anywhere from 64 to 80 hours, but you can overclock it to the competitive firmware or the max, which is what I have been keeping it on, and you have a lot lower battery life, but the performance is absolutely insane. And the fact that they add this battery calculation right into the software is extremely cool. Now, they do have a lot of other settings. Let me move my camera here, where you can have debounce time. I have it as low as possible. Now, if you do experience double clicking, of course, you can up what you need to up. I have not had that problem at all. And then, you have something. This is basically their motion sync, which gives, better sensor input. I just keep it on off. I like having the better input delay. So it tells you literally everything you need to know. Most sites will just say motion sync and stuff like that. This is motion sync, but it gives you a description on what it does and stuff. But you guys can copy what I'm using here if you'd like to. Now for the liftoff distance, this is honestly one of the more customizable ones I've seen. Normally you have 3 options. You have 0.07, 1, and 2. This one, it gives you 0.07, and it gives you a little slider to go through all of them, which is extremely cool. I keep it as low as possible. I just like it for me. Now you can rotate the sensor as well, which I have not messed with this too much. I don't normally hold my mouse in a different way where I need to move the sensor around, so I haven't had any reason to mess with that, but that is a cool option in it if you need to do something like that. Now, and really easy to get into. Now, I'm sure you guys are definitely wanting to see some gameplay with the mouse. I'm sorry I've delayed it so long. So let's jump in. Let me show you what this mouse can actually do in Fortnite as well, not just in games like Valorant and stuff like that. No. Come on. Come on. What you mean? Hold on. Come on. 100. Dead. This guy had 300 HP. I don't know why. That's not crazy. Fuck. He's cheating. I got 6 on the roof. 6 whited. 6 whited. Shit, I must be playing Val. Holy fuck. He really wants his teammate up. Repent.
Nigga, what? It's called a red eye. I don't even have a red eye on it.
They're on me. They're both on me.
Oh, down below?
Yeah. Box spotting him right now.
Killed one.
I'm just a team. Dead. Killed one. I killed one. Brand.
Full box.
Brand.
Full box still.
Damn, we just shit on them.
We.
Make peace with your God.
Come here, make peace with your God.
What's that guy doing?
I want to play Arc Raiders.
High to the top off. Dead.
Damn, bro, I fucked that brother up. I'm just a teenager. Dude, why can I fit through shit today? Larger than.
Damn, actually? Don't let that happen to you? Pissed on.
Oh.
Yo, what happened to you?
I never felt that one before.
What's happening to you?
Oh no. Looks like you got barbed wire on this shit.
Is he all the way up?
No. Make peace with your God.